the fuck is going to be in rotation? Because it was really
I saw
like
the starters.
It's kind of crazy how it happened too. Because last season they went from not starting past like really 6-man rotation, almost 7-man rotation, and now they don't know how to start the rotation.
They barely had anybody. Everybody was either hurt. Fucking Brunson was like playing at 17%. Like, bro, you remember that playoff run? I'm not the only one on there.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I ain't gonna lie.
No, there was no other team in the playoff of basketball that was able to put this playoff performance with the team that they had.
There's only 2 players I'm concerned about throughout the season right now. It's that man Josh Hart right there and Mitchell Robinson. Because last game,
that got made out of steel.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be too worried about him.
Nah, bro, this man he got nerve damage. Apparently, they're saying in his right hand. I was reading a post about it.
Give him a few medicine, bro.
He has no feeling in some parts of his right hand and some shit like that. That's why he was playing like shit.
Give him a little bit.
That shit sucks though.
Give him a little bit of medicine.
Hey man, nerve damage ain't shit to play with, man.
There's something that'll cover that nerve damage up.
What you think? I don't know.
A couple narcotics.
I just realized you got a Warriors hat on. That wasn't part.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I'm glad you mentioned it, big dog. I'm glad you mentioned it. Caught you by surprise. Wait till you see what I got next week, man. But what's the word, bro? How you feeling?
Man, ain't much, big bro. I'm feeling good. Word's feeling good.
What's the word, big bro?
I'm just with you. Ain't much, can't call it.
Nothing, $1.
75 cents after taxes, my friend.
All right, say that.
Yes, sir. Welcome everybody here on Courtnculture, another episode. We love being with y'all. Anyways, we got not too much on the kind of the roll today, but the biggest thing I want to talk about, I don't know if you had peeped or seen not too long ago, but the boy Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks, they looking like they might be like done, man.
They be all right.
All right.
Yeah, I seen they roster, bro. They stacked.
I don't know what you mean by stacked, honestly.
You got Porzingis. You got a backup center there. If you really want me to go into it, the Albu, man.
Oh, Onyeka Okongwu.
Yeah, come on, man. You gonna make me struggle like that?
My bad. When you started that, I was like, I know.
And now, you know what? If anything, they got an opportunity to finally go big as a team. You're talking about Atlanta Hawks, who before Porzingis traditionally been known to be a little bit on the small side with Trae Young. Now you get to start a 6'7" guard, 6'5" guard.
Hold up, man. I'm starting to notice something here. Something new here on you? You got something new there.
What's going on?
Change something up? What is it? Your boy got a new couch.
Oh, you feel me?
Oh, snap.
You feel me?
Right, okay.
We upgraded, boy. You know.
Upgraded?
Yeah, we got income tax a little early.
All right, income tax a little early, bro. Christmas came a little early. I see you got the Warriors hat on.
Yeah, you know, representing, boy. Representing. I need everybody to understand, boy. There's 2 statements I'm making today.
Okay, what
2 statements.
What do statements is?
Golden State Warriors and comfortability, baby. You hear me?
So you're comfortable with the Golden State Warriors right now?
I'm comfortable with the Golden State Warriors, baby. There's two strong statements there.
I'm not comfortable.
But no, back to
Trae Young
in Atlanta.
Out 4 weeks.
He's out 4 weeks until they reevaluate him. He potentially could be out a little longer than that.
4 weeks is a long time, man. It's to start the new month in November. You know what I'm saying? You out 30 days to December time. You can pretty much think they're gonna be out for the NBA Cup thing. I don't even think that's just going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, no, but again, I want to say that they're competing, bro. They now get to play a big lineup. They got Nickel Alexander-Walker. Are you counting him out? 6'5" guard.
I haven't seen
finally.
much from him. Move on. We haven't seen much from him. He may share the same name as SGA, whatever you want to say.
Okay, well,
he's not the same guy.
They also got Jalen Johnson, 6'8".
Okay. Yeah.
They also got Porzingis, as we talked about. Okay, Jacob Toppin right now, who gets to step up.
Porzingis got an issue right now. I don't know if you've seen it recently. He had released the medical issue he has. I don't remember what it is specifically, but if he's standing up for a very long time, he can't basically catch his breath, essentially. It's hard for him to breathe because I'm assuming with how tall he is.
That's fine.
So that's kind of the thing that's causing him to stay consistent throughout the whole entire season. That might play a role. You ain't got no Trae Young this month, and then you have Kristaps got to sit out some games. What you gonna do then? Who you gonna rely on?
You just rely on big man, bro. You rely on big man. Rely on traditional basketball and rely on big man. Yeah, I mean, he does have a backup center if he needs it, but Porzingis can stay behind the 3-point line. We can run straight bigs. Porzingis can be this 3-point shooter.
I mean, I don't know what you're seeing that I'm not seeing because Atlanta don't look like they got it without a Trae Young, man.
Trae Young was their franchise player, but Trae Young didn't break that.
You don't have Trae Young there.
It's very similar to. You
thinking Kristaps Porzingis is going to bring the ball up?
Very, very similar to how Golden State Warriors or a Boston Celtics go out without Tatum.
Karis LeVert's over there too, so he probably going to have to do a little more facilitating or something. I don't know. I haven't seen much about Karis LeVert, honestly. I know he's on that team, but I don't know if he's even is he injured?
No.
I have no idea.
Trae Young is the only person injured for the Atlanta Hawks right now, which is why I'm saying they're a healthy team. They're stacked.
Okay.
They're going big, bro, and they're young. They're going big and they're young.
Okay. All right.
That's my opinion.
That's not too bad. I think they
You wasn't expecting that from me, but it's my opinion on Trae Young. I usually go against little old Trae.
I mean, they got some spark going on, but without a Trae Young on the court, that's gonna be hard. That's like saying without having Steph Curry for the Warriors or Jalen Brunson.
They do it.
LaMelo, for example, for the Hornets.
LaMelo's a little different. LaMelo's a little different.
I don't know. I feel like that might be a little difficult, but we shall see. Moving on though. I was talking a little about the Knicks game. I know we got a Knicks game later on tonight, and they just came off of a dub from yesterday, so I'm happy to see that. But I was a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie to you. They 3-3 for the season. They not really doing what I'm really expecting that they were supposed to be doing this season, given all the injuries and given how weak the East is looking. And I'll call it what it is. The East is weak. To be honest with you,
they're weak. Over the last 10 years, I want to say they've been known.
They've always been a weak conference, honestly.
Even with LeBron James.
They need to move conferences around, make some shit, add team. I don't know, something. Maybe just go based off division. I don't know what they need to do. Hey, yo, fans, let me know what y'all think. I'm real curious. What we need to do is switch up in the NBA, honestly, to get something going. Because I feel like the Eastern Conference, you mentioned, been weak for a minute. They got to do something.
Yeah.
There's got to be something. I mean, if Stars don't want to move over to the Eastern Conference, then shake some shit up then. Damn.
I watched somebody say, I don't recall where this actually came from, but instead of it being a playoff run where it's the East, top 8 teams, the West top 8 teams, why don't we just do the top 16 teams in the league?
I think I had seen something about that as well. Yeah, top 16 teams.
What do you think about that?
I think that's actually pretty cool, honestly. It gives you kind of it eliminates that whole East versus West kind of deal, and you kind of go based on who is the best top 16 teams in the NBA, which I feel like if we're talking about who's the best basketball player, the best basketball team, then I feel like you should be competing against all of the teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
So if you rank them in that top 16 and you have them go in that same game, 7-game series, you might see some pretty good switch-ups. You might see 2 West teams battle it out and see who comes up essentially winning the championship, or you could possibly see an East team dominate somehow in the playoffs and end up being 2 East teams in the championship.
Well, because I could see that because the West don't play the East as much to know them, and so the East can probably come by surprise and vice versa. But I think the East can come by surprise and win a few games.
I mean, you got Chicago that's on fire right now. Given they did just finally lose to the Knicks, thank God, should have been lost, but. It's just a lot of teams in the Eastern Conferences that are really taking off in surprise. I mean, I mentioned the Chicago that's taking off in surprise on the East. Miami, surprisingly, they're actually still doing very well. All things considered, no Tyler Hero, no problem, I'm guessing. And then, not to mention, they also got other teams like Philadelphia 76ers, who took me by surprise. I mean, VJ Edgecombe, obviously, he came on the court to dominate. Tyrese Maxey, franchise player.
Tyrese Maxey's a franchise player.
Going back to VJ. I don't give a fuck about Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is your franchise player. I'm telling you right now, Philadelphia Eagles, if you watching this, if you're not watching this, Philadelphia fans, if y'all watching this, y'all need to write a letter to whomever is in charge of that team and let them know franchise player Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah. And I like VJ Edgecombe a lot. I think that's going to be an amazing documentary.
He's gonna have a phenomenal career, especially alongside Tyrese Maxey. But if I'm that team, the first thing I'm going to be doing is investing my time in those 2 athletes right there. Joel Embiid, either you going to be there or you not. That's cool. We move on from you at this point. You got your chip. Not your chip. I'm sorry. You got your MVP. You couldn't bring the championship to the team. So, hey, at least maybe you can be a role player for Tyrese Maxey.
Or you can get promoted to the coaching staff.
And, all things considered, I'm sure he's got injuries that he's fighting back from and X, Y, and Z and all those things going on. But at this point right now, I think it's time for us to be talking about Tyrese as the go-to guy, the go-to option. That's just what it is. He's been there showing up every night consistently. That just needs to be what it is. But anyways, I got a little sidetracked. Back to the New York Knicks. I was a little concerned, excuse me, I was a little concerned with the Knicks and Mike Brown and Karl Anthony Towns right now. There was a little bit of tension I seen. That obviously a couple weeks back they had that pretty lengthy conversation on the sideline during a game. Can't remember which game it was, can't recall it, but it was a long conversation. So some even thought commentators had mentioned that, man, you don't really kind of see this. This isn't our normal thing to see a player and a coach in the middle of a game to be having such a long conversation on the sideline. So there was some questions of like if he was either happy to be there, if he wanted, Mike Brown to be there, if Cat, or Mike Brown even wanted Cat in the offense. There's a couple of different things, but I mean, it seems like it's working, it's clicking. Cat's offensive points have dropped, so I'm a little concerned about that. But they're 3-3. Jalen Brunson's at an all-time career high at 31 points per game. So hey, I take that. Looks like Mikal Bridges is showing up in them 5 picks. Yeah, we put money into you, so bring that shit to the city.
Yeah, I ain't worried about the whole Cat and Mike Brown situation because
Hey,
really, when I look at it, it could just be a
Some
communication. It could be a communication thing, but also we got to understand the player's history. And I think with Cat, we have a history of Cat being very expressive, with regardless of who it is. I mean, the guy is like kind of one of those people that's willing to express themselves beyond what the public kind of foresees.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But that's just who Cat is. You take him with his game.
But I didn't see that game. I didn't see that in the game. I mean, he had his passionate, oh my God, do it every time when it comes to a foul not being called. He wasn't doing that. He was quiet about it. So it made me wonder if there was something looming. But after the game I see yesterday with Chicago Bulls and them winning that game, I think it's safe to say that they're getting things rolling. I think it's just a matter of it was a shaky start that he just had to figure out where he fit into the whole offense. Before, he was shooting threes and as much as he could from the top of the key.
Well, he's second in the offense. He knows where he stands. We all know where he stands.
Yeah, we all understood that, but I guess he didn't understand that given Mike Brown being there. And I think he did just announce not too long ago that, he was running a whole bunch of different rotations. So he was trying to get an understanding, and it wasn't too well on his guys because they didn't know what was going on as well. So a lot of miscommunication, but hopefully, we see a better Knicks season. Hopefully we can win tonight's game and, move it on to the next.
I think the Knicks will be fine, yeah.
I hope so. They better be fine because if not, me be wondering what's next for them. If
they play in Washington tonight, so yeah, they'll be all right.
All right, we'll hope so. But come on, move on to another team over in Orlando Magic. Ooh. What is going on?
They are struggling, boy.
Dog.
They can't find their identity. See, that's one of those people. You see how you said Luka can't find his identity?
Yo, I'm telling you right now.
Orlando can't find their identity.
I think it's kind of interesting right now the fact that this team is struggling as much as they are, considering the fact that they came in and made kind of similar to the Knicks where they put all their eggs in a basket and picked up Mikal Bridges on the trade. They did the same thing and consider getting Desmond Bane. He came over to the team. Now he's on the team, and I don't know if it's a chemistry thing or if it's a coaching thing, but I'm going to say it now. Franz Wagner is the franchise player for the Magic, not Paolo.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm still sticking with Paolo. Being the franchise player. But to answer your question about Desmond Bane, I don't think acquiring Desmond Bane was going to make a difference for the Magic. I think that Desmond Bane is a phenomenal role player.
I shouldn't say a guard, but they didn't have a legitimate three-point guard.
I think Desmond Bane is a phenomenal role player, but he's not part of a big three. Like in today's day,
there is no big three nowadays.
There is a big three. You talking about? You got Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. You got a big four actually with Al Horford, all Hall of Famers. You got Luka,
there's no
LeBron.
Big three because there's no teams out there that are ideally running just three superstars that are leading that team to do things. And now it's a team effort. It is.
No, there's some teams that require the majority of the team's effort. But when you look at the majority of teams, you take Nikola Jokic out of Denver Nuggets, they're not going to win. They're not a playoff team. You take SGA out of OKC, they're not a playoff team. So when you disrupt this big three, big two, big four in some cases, in Houston, same thing. You remove, right now, even without Jalen, who they traded away, you remove KD, they're not a playoff team. So this big three needs to work together. I agree with you, but it's part of that big three that takes over the team. They're averaging 70% of the points. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond, and Kuminga.
Wait, we got sidetracked here. We're not talking about the Warriors right now.
We're talking about just big threes in general.
Okay.
You're saying big threes are not existing right now.
Not necessarily.
So what was your statement on it?
What would you consider what's considered a big three in your opinion? Because a big three is where all three players on the team are scoring, in my opinion. That's why I would consider a big three. They're all going to be big three. You know, they're all offensively putting up numbers on the board.
Big three, in my opinion, are major players.
Okay.
That are on the same team.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have to only contribute to the points aspect of it. Mm-hmm. They can contribute defensively. Like Draymond Green being part of a big three is because of his defense contribution, not necessarily his offense. It's very similar with Jimmy Butler. I mean, his is on the other side of the floor, on the offensive side, but he also makes up for it on the defensive side as well. Very great defender. And in any other team that you look at for this big three or big two or one player, what I'm saying is you could remove this one player who's making the biggest impact of a team, like you said with Trae Young, and that wouldn't be the team anymore. So the big three is in essence still around.
Okay. I think we were talking about the 76ers, VJ Edgecombe not too long ago before that. And then where do we go on after that?
The Knicks.
No, we had passed the Knicks, moved on from the Knicks. 76ers, and then after that, we talked about how they were having a solid season, essentially. Chicago having a solid season as well. Orlando, that's where we were at.
Desmond Bane now being a part of that big dynamic. And you said big threes don't exist anymore.
He's not. He's part of the offense. He wasn't meant to be there as part of a big three. He was meant to be brought to the team to get more threes and to be a facilitating guard. They didn't have a guard before that. Before that, all they had was a Franz Wagner and a Paolo. But this season, what we're seeing is Paolo kind of not adding to his bag. He's doing the same, doing the step back, 2-point shot, not necessarily really getting versatile from the 3-point.
How much is Paolo still averaging? Is 25, 28 points a game?
I don't believe so, no. You got to double check on that and find out how many points he's averaging. But I believe Franz is actually averaging more points than he is per game. Just double check that on that for me. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the Magic right now, honestly. I'd like to see a little more improvement from them. Again, I still think Franz Wagner is the better player on that team out of him and Paolo. I just need to see more out of Paolo for me to say he's that franchise player for right now. I need to see a little more out of him. And from what the team is doing, again, similar situation to the Knicks.
22 and a half.
They should be up there as well. They should be one of those teams considerably that should have a little better of a record than they do right now. All things considered, they don't. So I'm a little worried about them, but it's still early in the season. I think they only got 2 wins right now. I think they were 2-6 if I'm not mistaken. So not really.
I didn't consider Orlando Magic to be a playing team.
Play-in team or
play-in team, playoff team?
Oh no, they're definitely a
top
playoff
8,
team.
They're not making it to the playoffs.
They're definitely a playoff team for sure.
So then the Celtics is not making it.
Well, before this, we actually talked about
and
this.
I did recall saying Orlando Magic is a bust.
No, we did say Orlando Magic. We actually had Orlando Magic in top 3. Actually, in the beginning of all this.
Preseason?
No, not preseason.
Because we went to a game and we saw their game. No way after that game that I watched.
Not after the game. This was all prior to the game we talked about.
So preseason, because that was the number 1 game of the season.
No. We're not talking about preseason. We're talking about before the season started, who we said were projected to be in the top rankings in the Eastern Conference. And we had Orlando Magic up there for sure.
I had Orlando Magic in the top 3.
No, top 6.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But, overall wise, I'd like to see a better improvement from them. Honestly, they're not doing what I need, is what I'd like to see. Where they are right now, they're definitely something down to a play-in team, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't think it's looking too good for them. They need to figure out what their identity is, essentially, kind of like we mentioned with Luka all those episodes ago. But you know what I am liking, though, is them Rockets. Mentioned not too long ago, Kevin Durant. They looking pretty fire right now.
It's Kevin Durant, boy.
Man, outside of losing to the OKC and what other team was it? They lost to Detroit by like 4 points, 5 points, if I'm not mistaken. Outside of just those 2 games, they honestly could have been undefeated so far. OKC, you can argue they're still undefeated right now, so that's going to be a hard win anyways. Detroit, they're a feisty team. To win it within 4, it could have gone either way, honestly. I still think that may have just been a game. Second game, possibly, I think they were just having a little bit rough, or maybe third game. So right now, they're firing all cylinders. They're on a 3-game winning streak, which is fire. So I'm expecting to see some good things from them. I think they have a game tonight, if I'm not mistaken, against the Mavs. So that should be exciting. Texas on Texas type shit.
That'll be a good game.
That should be a good game.
KD averaging 27.5 right now.
That's phenomenal. And I mean, again, the 27, I think he's what, 35, 34, 36?
36.
So that's phenomenal to be averaging that many points at that age right now. What's Curry at right now? He's at the same amount too, ain't he?
No, Curry's averaging about 29 points a game.
Oh, look at that. So you got all these veterans out here showing what's up. So I like that. But honestly, start of this season, everybody's starting off hot. I think we talked not too long ago about Luka averaging 45 points a game right now throughout the season.
Yeah, is he better than AR-15 right now? Is he averaging more points than Austin Reeves?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Austin Reeves isn't averaging over that, but yeah, he's blowing out. He's blowing the points, destroying the points right now. I think they said that his points right now is as a hot start is close to the numbers of Wilt Chamberlain back in the day. Now, granted, it's only been a couple of games, but
it's Luka. I told
still
you.
Still a crazy feat. I like seeing that. But to be honest, I expected it. I said when he went to the Lakers that I think he was going to break some records over there, some franchise records. What those records may be, I'm not too sure. I don't know if he's going to be making it to that 81-point game like Kobe did. That's a hard one. I don't know if it's a possibility. Do you think he could do that?
Yeah. I think Luka.
In this modern era, you think so?
Luka averaged 70. I mean, Luka dropped 70 one time. Luka dropped 70 one time.
One time.
You could drop 80.
You think that in this modern era he's going to be able to drop 80? I want to see who's going to be the first player this season.
That we have, all the amazing defense that we have.
I want to see what
Who the fuck is guarding Luka?
It's not even the defense per se. I mean, honestly, you get to the line, you're going to automatically drop at least 20-plus points there.
Nobody's guarding Luka, bro.
So that's the interesting thing alone. But anyways, back to the Rockets. They're firing all cylinders. 3-game win streak. What do you like about them?
About Houston, just the Kevin Durant acquisition. I think that was the smartest thing that they could do.
Just Kevin Durant, because I mean, many argued that Kevin Durant can't win it because he doesn't have an elite guard. I'm one of those people that argued that as well. What's making this time different?
I think he has a young team that's back that are fueled with energy and are able to just support Kevin Durant. This is Kevin Durant's team.
You think this is going to be a repeat of what happened with the Suns when they had that one run where they had, I think, over a 50-win season and they ended up getting swept in, I think, the second round?
No, I think Devin Booker was a curse on that one.
Devin Booker was the issue? Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited to see it. You heard it yourself right here. You thinking that they getting a chip this year? Or
I wouldn't say all that. I am wearing a different hat, so I wouldn't say all that.
Oh, well, okay. No chip. All right, cool. We'll keep it on that. And then another team that's on a little hot streak as well, Portland Trailblazers. I don't know if you heard me right. Portland Trailblazers. No, I'm not talking about Chauncey Billups. We are talking about the Portland Trailblazers on a streak right now. I believe they're 4-2 in the season to start. No Chauncey, no Billups, no problem. What's going on there?
I think this happens. Oh, look at Stephon Marbury. I ain't seen him in a while, but I think these things happen all the time, bro. You make a drastic change to a team like this, like beginning of the season's never been done before. It wasn't like it was leadership coming down on Chauncey. They were just impacted to a certain degree to where it's switched on for them. Their battery pack is on. They're able to hoop. Now, do they have all the players to be a playoff contending team? It's too early in the season to talk about that. And was Chauncey Billups the reason that was holding them back a little bit? I wouldn't say so.
I mean, quick little take here, because I just thought about it. Do you think the Portland Trailblazers are a better team than the Orlando Magic?
That's a tough one, bro. I can't make that off the top of my head like that. I wouldn't say that.
We'll circle back on that one another time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
We'll circle back on that, but I am curious.
I'd be honestly just going off a limb to say that.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I won't put you in a bond like that. I got you. But yeah, I mean that is interesting. I mean, 4-2 right now. They are having a pretty hot start to the season. I didn't think they were. Honestly, a lot of things are shocking me for the season. A lot of things. Some of these teams that are performing outside of OKC. And San Antonio, a lot of these teams, the way they're performing are shocking me. I didn't expect the Celtics to be doing decent. I thought they'd be for sure kind of like a 1-6 currently at this time in the season.
Well, you talked very highly of your boy Derek White. I think you gave him best most improved player in the season.
I didn't think Jaylen Brown had what it takes to carry that team, honestly. Is he a great, phenomenal scorer, 100%? But I just don't know if he has that leadership aspect just yet. That's
I
the
don't
only
think
thing.
I agree. I don't think he has that just yet. What he does have is a lot of Beijing that he stopped using, but that was exposed. I don't know if you
Oh
remember.
yeah, dude. Oh my goodness, that
actually rubbed off on the Knicks
I
uniform.
heard he actually called up LeBron.
He did. LeBron
to find out about that.
The
hairline.
audacity of that man to call LeBron names.
That is insane.
The audacity.
That
bro.
is crazy.
You gonna put me in your mix?
First of all, I mean, you about what, the second highest paid player, if I'm not mistaken,
Who the
or
fuck
highest
cares,
contract.
bro? Go bald.
Yeah, at this point, put a headband on that bitch. Call it a day.
The fuck? Not a white one though, a black one.
Like facts. Because yo, we don't need the headbands to be showing what's going on.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
insane.
probably why he didn't use a headband.
Man,
he should probably use a clear one.
That was the craziest fake out I ever seen. If I didn't see it like in slow motion, I probably wouldn't have believed it, honestly.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. He did have one of the shortest dreads in NBA history.
They were dreads?
Braids.
I was gonna say, I didn't even know they were dreads.
I keep just mixing shit up.
It's all right, bro. It's okay. You know,
But,
I'm just surprised though. I mean, I didn't realize that he really was hairline was going bad like that. Which one's worse, him or Kuminga?
His right now. Kuminga's still young. Kuminga's like 25.
Oh man, but how old is Brown?
Brown's like 28.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a year older than Jason Tatum.
Okay, all right. So he's not old, but he's older than Kuminga for sure. So okay. Well, a little bit back to what I was with Portland Trailblazers, and I'm sorry we all over the place, but with the Trailblazers right now though, they hooping. But I was curious. Obviously, Chauncey Billups was the coach there prior too. Do you think that Chauncey played a role in Damian Lillard not getting a ring?
No, I don't think so. Because that was his ring.
Oh, you were quick with that answer.
Yeah, because that was his ring too. Like, you're not gonna sell your ring. You know what I mean? Like, that's you're a coach. You get that ring too. You get that trophy. You may get coach of the year too. You know how it goes with winning.
What if he was low key making more money, having them go all the way?
No, we saw how much money he was allegedly involved in. It was like 4.8 million. Could have been 10 million. Could have been 20 million. But none of that was in comparison to a ring as a coach.
Okay.
I think Steve Kerr would probably be one of the few guys to be like, yeah, I would have never traded my ring. Talking about that though, about the Chauncey Billups situation, it doesn't seem like Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier are the only people involved in this. Bro.
Yeah, it's just
I think this is like a constant habit, kind of like one of those things that's like frowned upon, but we still see it. I believe it, bro. Because
I don't know.
Then we point into different.
I'm honestly ready to fast forward through this just to see who else is going to be named, man. At this point, it's looking like freaking Epstein files all over again. Are we ever going to get that list? We ever going to see like who on the names when it comes to that's been doing this gambling? Because I don't know. Personally, I just wanted to be done with it already, so that way we can kind of move on.
To a certain extent, I think the NBA does a cover up. Now NBA comes in, does a cover up scheme where it's like, all right, feds, you got who you wanted.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. Yeah. And we're gonna moving forward. We're gonna implement some rules to kind of stray people away.
They did say that. You're right. They did say, hey, and I think they reached hey, it's kind of like at work when they hit you with those HR compliance. They kind of hit them with an HR compliance, like, all right, guys, we got to have you watch some videos on how gambling works and what to do and not to do kind of shit. Like
they've been doing that for years, though. They also bring gambling.
It's kind of funny, a little sidetrack, but it's kind of funny that these kids are young coming into the league and they're getting younger and younger. Well, not younger and younger, but they're young coming into the league, given all the financial ties coming out of college, if they are in the NIL and everything. You would think by now they'd have some type of financial advisor or something in play for the NBA or for something for these young kids so they're not out here. I mean, look at advertising. Anywhere you go nowadays, you can be watching football, baseball, basketball, UFC, the WWE for the crying out loud, and you'll still see bet everywhere. Bet this.
So do you think
DraftKings this.
Do you think that what would solve that is if these betting companies would pay off the players a certain percentage based on their status, pay them off a certain percentage to avoid them from having to want to make more money on top of that? Because if you get caught
I think that's
betting after you're getting broken off from the bets,
that's dumb.
Like, go to jail, bro. Go to jail.
Yeah, call it a wrap.
I don't care who you are.
You're just being stupid for sure.
But I think
I agree. I think if you implemented a system where it's like, hey, like, if we're gonna break you off this amount of money because we're making this off of you or whatever case may be, but you can't bet.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't bet. We catch you betting, then you're gonna suffer the consequence afterwards.
Yeah, maybe something actually that we could talk about at a later day with the whole
make something
government.
strict or something. Because I mean, it's like, honestly, I already see that sports look like it's kind of rigged to all these certain extents, but now it's just looking like it's a deeper deeper hole.
Yeah.
Till it comes to rigging these sports, which sucks because it takes the fun out of just being able to watch two great athletes just duke it out and see if who's better or which team is better. And I want to see that shit. So hopefully they work on that. Hopefully it gets better. Hopefully they compliant with their HR.
Yeah. No, I think the Feds got who they wanted. The NBA is gonna close that off for them. They're not gonna be able to come back in right now and like disrupt the league because you can't have a lockdown in the league. What are you gonna take out LeBron? You're gonna take out like every star that's probably been involved in this?
Man,
no, the NBA wouldn't be NBA.
Taking out LeBron is an interesting story
Allegedly.
to talk about, but we ain't gonna talk about that. That's not up just yet. But how about these teams that are ass right now? When I mean ass, I'm talking about garbanzo beans, my nigga. I'm talking about garbage, my nigga. Terrible.
Trash can. Put it on the screen.
Yo, it's terrible. The Pelicans, man. We seen a Zion. He's playing. But I guess when he's a healthy Zion, they're an 0 for 16.
Yeah.
Well, damn, you can't win one fucking game? That's crazy.
I think that game against Wemby just discouraged the fuck out of him.
Bro, fuck discouragement, man. Go out there and just ball. Like, I can't win game.
He's trying, bro.
I don't know, man. Then you got the Brooklyn Nets, 0-6 as well.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Nets is surprising because
that franchise don't got an identity. Honestly, they just need to move back to Jersey and call it a damn day. I don't know why they moved to fucking Brooklyn.
Yeah, at least they got 2 finals appearances in
granted, the best thing that came out of that franchise, I'd probably say, is Jason Kidd and Vince Carter.
Yeah, Dr. J maybe, but again,
all
New Jersey.
J. And even then, Dr. J was kind of involved with the ABA at the time. That was when they were the previous.
Yeah, previous.
He kind of moved over after the fact, so that really wasn't. You didn't really get to see Dr. J that much. He was on the team, but prime Dr. J was really before he came over to the NBA.
Yeah. There were a few key players, but like you said, man, a lot of it came in before they went over to Brooklyn. They've had superstars in Brooklyn, but I don't know, there's something of a curse.
Superstars, man.
Yeah.
I mean, KD, Kyrie, James Harden, Blake Griffin.
Ben Simmons.
Who?
He's an all-star. He's a one-time all-star.
All right, I guess, whatever. But they've had so much talent in that team. It's surprising to see that they can't just bring more. And it's like they're not in a bad market. They're in fucking New York. But I guess big brother New York Knicks is just like, nah, this is our only market.
Yeah, they're having fun right now. The Knicks are not letting them come in.
So, I mean, that's why I feel like they should just, only teams that you could really do that with, only states you could do that with are big states. Like Texas, Florida, California. Big states because they got enough room. But in New York, I don't know why they got 2 basketball teams.
Yeah, too close. I think they try to do the whole, how they have the 2 baseball teams very close to the boroughs. That didn't work out.
They were better off just being in New Jersey, honestly. I think New Jersey fans deserve to just get that team back, honestly. It just makes more sense, honestly, at this point.
Even though they converted their stadium over to a whole mall, so it's over for that.
Man. Yo.
I think the biggest mall in America.
Yo, that is crazy.
It has a water park and everything.
To think what it used to be to what it is now is insane. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out.
Yeah, I think it's called like Mall of America or something.
Yo, it's insane. But anyways, let's move over to the Lakers. We talked a little bit, tapped in about LeBron. Lakers fans, I don't know if y'all happy, y'all sad, how y'all feeling, if y'all bummed, hurt, whatever the fuck. But yo,
I hear everybody's like sad. Or, like,
I'm on a roller coaster with the Lakers. I mean, outside of Luka Doncic and AR-15, I'm talking about Austin Reeves. I mean, yo, it's a lot of drama going on. I'm hearing LeBron not too happy. Recent studies talking about how, I guess because of the recent ownership that they had over there, they didn't give him the extension that he wanted. He wants to be a Laker forever in a sense kind of deal, retire probably as a Laker. They didn't give him the extension. They basically were like, hey, look, we're not looking to re-sign you. Maybe the franchise new owner is looking to say, hey, we got Luka now. We got AR-15. Like, if you're here for the year, cool, we appreciate you. But after that, you're free to do whatever. How you feel about that?
You gonna go ahead and poke the bear, fuck around and find out. That's how I feel about that.
You think new GM not new GM, you think the owner is gonna fight back?
No, it's because it's owner. I don't think LeBron holds that much weight.
I was gonna say,
but you'll fuck around and get LeBron to a team you don't want LeBron James to go to.
Yeah, for a fact.
As a Laker organization, there are certain teams you don't want LeBron to go to. And if you let him go and you play because he has a player option. So it ain't a team option where you guys get to decide whether you want to renew his contract. It's on him. So if he don't want to, and he sees how bad y'all did him, it ain't much for him to go ahead and call a few of his boys, man, and be like, yo, Golden State, I'll take $1 million. You hear me? I'll take $1 million just to disrespect the Lakers real quick.
That'd be dynamic.
And honestly, it'd be sad because I actually don't think LeBron would do it because of the whole Kobe legacy situation. But we see how LeBron moves. He don't got no hair in his tongue.
I mean, it's interesting to see what would happen, like you said, if you did poke the bear in a sense. I mean, would he move over to another conference? Would he stay in the Western Conference?
If you poke the bear, he's staying in the West.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to do the most damage, he's probably going to stay in the conference. So you make sure you see me 4 times a fucking year.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I'm curious, and I like to see what he's going to do, what they're going to do. It don't make sense to not renew him. I mean, it's LeBron fucking James. What?
It'll be their loss because LeBron James will get his win. Like LeBron James will go to a team.
I guess they feel that maybe having LeBron has too much of a dynamic because it's got to revolve around him, maybe. But at this point, I mean, you got to give it to him.
You put LeBron.
If Michael Jordan stepped in the time machine right now and came back in his prime, I guarantee you'd be willing to drop money for him.
Mm-hmm. That is true. No, and I'd bet money. LeBron James will fuck around and go to Dallas.
Shit, honestly, I seen some talk about him possibly going to New York Knicks, and that's not me just saying that as a fan. I'm not really the biggest LeBron fan. I'll say that right now. Do I respect what he's done for the industry, for the NBA? Absolutely, and his career, 100%, phenomenal player. But I wasn't always like the biggest LeBron fan. So if he goes to the Knicks, that'd be great for them. But you know, some say he might go there because years back, Rich Paul, you know, agent for LeBron James. They apparently didn't have good relationship with the Knicks, and I guess with Leon Rose specifically. And I guess they kind of like hashed some shit out, figured things out. Everything's cool. Now, no movements were made at the time. The only agent or only client that was on the Knicks at the time was Cam Reddish, who I don't know where that man is now. But my point being is they fixed some things up over there. So if you do poke the bear, teams are out there, like you said. He's got options.
And he'll for sure go to a team that'll hurt Lakers, for sure.
Oh, for sure. He'll make sure that he embarrasses y'all, for sure. Luka who is exactly what's going to end up happening when they do that. So I'm happy to see how the next couple of weeks going to play out. Obviously, LeBron's still fighting sciatica, if I'm not mistaken. So
not no more. I bet you
after this, he going to wake up.
He going to wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm fine.
He going to wake up and be like, sciatica who? I'm good.
Fine.
Nah, run it right now. Let me go. Luka, behind me. No. Behind me, Luka.
Set a pick. Set the screen.
Facts. So that's interesting. But another one over in the Western Conference that's probably considerably going to be the future face of the NBA is your boy Wemby, the alien, as they call him. That boy is... Honestly, I can't even call him a boy because he's a freak of nature. And I can't even call him a freak of nature because that's technically the Greek freak, so he's the alien. Because 7'4", I think they said, 7'6", maybe 7'4", regardless, tall as fucking shit. He's definitely going to make a run for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And I don't know who's going to stop that.
I have no argument against Wemby, bro.
I don't even know how do you beat beat that?
I don't know.
What do you do?
90s basketball.
There's nothing you could do. I think 90s. The best you could do with Wemby, if you can, is try and play, like you said, a hard ball with him. Pause. Like you just gonna have to.
You just bring your bench player to start.
You're gonna have to double team. Yeah. You're gonna have to make sure you don't give him any fucking room to breathe.
Yeah.
That's essentially what's gonna happen because with a player like that can just take probably 3 steps and get to the rim, because we seen Giannis the other day take 5 and get to the rim. So Giannis is probably half of that. So
on a positive note, we won't see Wemby traveling too much.
Traveling,
because he just takes 2 big ass steps and he's there.
Yeah, that's not a travel. What you?
That's what I'm saying. We won't see it. We won't see him be able to travel. He won't need to travel.
They don't make up rules for him because of how tall he is.
Yeah, imagine.
It just that's what I already see happening. But Wemby is an animal. Honestly, as a second-year player, I think he's probably by far one of the best second-year players I've ever seen in the league. Because not just what he does offensively, but just the defense alone, that's going to be hard to guard against.
That guy, I think they said he has more blocks than most NBA teams on the West put together.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
He
had 6 the other night. Then he had 5 the night after that. Like,
we made a joke the other video about the best way to take him out is like from the knees.
Yeah, bro. Would it be a flagrant? Yeah, bro. But
It
somebody's
might be
gonna have to take
but hey, you know, he gonna feel it.
Somebody's gonna shout out to that comment, bro. Somebody's gonna have to take that hit.
He gonna feel it. He gonna have to charge it to the game. Cause man, your boy Wemby, he here and he ain't stopping at all. San Antonio, they number 2 right now in the Western Conference, obviously behind OKC. I don't know. Have we seen an OKC versus San Antonio yet? Has that happened this season?
OKC, no.
I don't think so. So that'll be an interesting game. I'm very curious to see how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, I think Wemby would have needed a Shaq, bro. I think Shaq would have been the only person to stop Wemby. And again, not even on the shooting aspect. It would have just been on the paint.
I think
he would have kept them out the paint.
I think potentially the only person to stop Wemby or maybe slow him down would potentially be maybe Giannis.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only person I can think of. I was gonna say Jokic, but Jokic doesn't really play defense. But just because he has like that awkward size.
Pick? Who would you pick? Jokic or Giannis? I mean, Jokic or Wemby. If you were building a team today, who would you pick?
Jokic or Wemby?
Yeah.
I'm taking a Wemby. He's young right now. He's what he brings on defense and what he does on offense. He can shoot 3 as a big man. So can Jokic. He can facilitate. But Jokic is a better facilitator right now. But when you look at what Wemby can do on defense, I'll take that.
Yeah, well,
and you can tell any player you give me, if you ask me who I'm gonna pick, if they can bring me offense and defense, I'm picking them no matter what.
Yeah, I think Wemby also has a much better ball control and ball handling than Jokic. So even though Jokic is a better passer, I don't think that he'd be able to make up for Wemby all around.
It is hard to bet against Jokic, I'm not gonna lie, because I mean what he does with the game brings to the game, but
I think he found his match.
Yeah, I think Wemby's definitely going to be the GOAT going forward when it comes to this modern era that we're in, and you're going to see a whole lot of Wemby. You're not going to see enough of Wemby. You're going to get tired of Wemby, honestly, before anything. But moving on to one of your favorite up and coming teams, I guess you could say, or one of the players, Matas Buzelis, over at Chicago Bulls. They did just take out my Knicks. We already talked about that, but they are on a hot start right now. They're 4-2 in the season. They are 5-1 in the season currently right now.
Probably had their best start since Jimmy Butler.
Best start so far since Jimmy Butler. So by far, what do you think? What's clicking right now? I mean, Josh Giddey's on fire, but what else? What's clicking? What do you think?
Yeah, overall that team is pretty well put together. They have
first win in the NBA Cup game too.
They have shooting. They have big man. They have perimeter. They have points in the paints. They have offensive rebound. I mean, they have energy. They can play.
And Dosunmu, I believe his name. He's the guy, the black guy with the dreads. He's man.
They're gritty. They're gritty.
Donovan know what he's doing over there.
Yeah. No, I like that team. I like that team right now. I don't know how far they'd go because of their experience. I think when everybody buckles down and everybody gets, all these good teams actually get in momentum, in rhythm, I think Bulls would be one of those teams to easily just get a win off of eventually.
You think they last?
I think they'll make it to the playoff. Yeah, because we mentioned Orlando Magic earlier. It's like Bulls are playing better than the Magic.
The Bulls are playing better than the Magic, 100%. And when we talked about this earlier, we didn't have the Bulls up there.
No, we didn't. But I also didn't know Buzelis was going to hoop like that.
I also didn't know that the Cavs were going to be not doing the greatest either, or the Celtics either.
Yeah.
The Celtics are average. They're beating the expectations than I thought. I didn't think they were going to be where they are. That's what I should say. But again, back to Chicago. We didn't think they were going to have such a great start. Comparing them to the Magic they took me by surprise. I really thought grabbing a Desmond Bane on that team was going to get them the 3-point scoring. And Paolo had a great season last season. Seems like he's kind of having a decline right now. Or maybe he's I believe he's just kind of stuck.
Okay.
Right,
I see a consistency, though, in between the Cavs not having the best season or the season we expected and the Bulls overachieving. There's one player there. One player that moved.
Isaac Okoro.
Lonzo Ball.
Well, 2 players.
Well, Lonzo Ball went to the Cavs. I did Okoro.
For Isaac Okoro.
Oh, for Isaac Okoro. Okay. But, yeah, Lonzo Ball not being part of the Bulls organization. What kind of impact does that do? What does it allow these younger guys to do now?
You gotta pull up the standings right now. I gotta see where the Cleveland Cavs are sitting right now. I'm not too sure. I know they're up there.
3-2. No?
Are they 3-2 right now?
They got 2 losses. You gave them 1 for sure.
Yeah, we did give him one.
Yeah,
The Knicks
you
gave
gave
him
him
one.
one,
So
so-
that is interesting. So interesting to think that they made that trade. Are both teams up in that top 6 ranking right now? That would be very interesting. I mean, we've seen it before where teams make a trade and both teams have kind of benefited from the trade. With New York Knicks, they traded away Julius and Dante. That team it didn't get worse, but they did get a little bit better on the scoring end. And then the same thing happened when they acquired Karl Anthony Towns for the New York Knicks. So, yeah, that might have been a good trade for both teams. I don't know how much,
The Raptors also beat them.
I don't know how much the Okoro is doing right now for the Bulls. I haven't seen much fire from him just yet, but the rest of the team is great. Josh Giddey, you mentioned Buzelis, Vucevic still doing his thing as one of the veterans on that team. Colin Sexton, I'm sorry. Kobe White, he's still out currently right now, so we haven't seen his scoring. So when you add his scoring to what they're already doing,
could be a pretty good season.
You got a solid Chicago Bulls team. I'm sure a lot of Chicago Bulls longtime fans have probably been dying to see the Bulls into the playoffs.
Yeah,
and I honestly can't remember the last time they've been there.
It's been since.
Are they the longest team to make it into the playoffs? Probably next to Charlotte.
Did they make it with Jimmy Butler?
No, I don't even know.
No, so if they didn't make it with Jimmy Butler, then they haven't made it since the beginning of the 2000s.
It's been a hot minute since we've seen the Bulls in the playoffs, in the postseason, I should say. I think before that, they might have made it into the play-in, which doesn't really count because it's just the play-in, but it is after the season. But anyways, we're going to move on to, your team over on the Bay in Cali. That goes to the Warriors.
Yes, sir. I ain't worried about it.
So what's going on, man? Tell me about what's going on.
They actually did make, the Bulls did actually make the postseason in 2022 with Derrick Rose when he came back. But no, going back to the Warriors though, bro. Warriors is having a tough start to the season. They're playing great. They also had
tough start. They're having a winning season.
They're having a winning season, you're saying?
Yeah, aren't they having a winning
season? They're over 500 for sure, yeah, but it's early enough to where they're 8th seed right now because they're 3-2.
It's the West, bro.
They're 3-2, yeah. A lot of teams are 3-2 also. I think the only undefeated team you're going to mention a little later is OKC, but with Golden State Warriors, I'm not worried about it. I think that they're just, kind of trying things out a little bit. Everybody's healthy. Steph Curry just also haven't seemed to be finding his rhythm as much, especially late in the games, like third and fourth quarter, where we see Steph Curry probably average the most points in the game. Also in Golden State in general, that's where Golden State fires at all cylinders. I think something has changed a little bit. We're just trying to find identity and give Jimmy Butler, also his time to shine.
Man, I want to know what's going on with your boy, what's his name? Seth Curry, man. Is Seth Curry coming back?
No, they're doing the IOU thing. Yeah. He is coming back. It's just, I'm going to pay you when I get paid. Yeah. No, that's how you know the economy's fucked up, bro.
You can't even get the Curry brothers
together. You're like, listen, bro, like just sit on ice, bro. Like we gonna come pick you up when we get paid. It's just, we wasted all our money. The economy's fucked up right now.
I don't know, but I mean, with the Warriors, a little bit of a slow start, like you mentioned. I'm hoping that I'm not hoping anything. You got Curry on that team. Ain't no hope there.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it.
They're gonna be all right. It's just a matter of where they're gonna be seating in the playoffs is the biggest deal right now. But they gonna be all right. Ain't nothing be wrong there. But West right now having a lot of ups, downs. But one team that's having some real good downs, player specifically, is Ace Bailey. That boy is buns.
Going through it. Yeah, he's going through it.
Buns, bro. I don't know what the fuck going on with that kid.
Yeah.
He ain't averaged over double digits at all this season.
Overrated.
100%.
100%. Overrated.
What happened, dude? What happened? Ace Bailey was on fire in the preseason. You the only person in the preseason I could think of that just was on fire and just haven't turned it back on.
He lost his identity.
Like, it is crazy.
Yeah, Ace Bailey is in trouble right
now. To come out of the draft at the pick that you did and to come to a team that really didn't have an elite player, gave up Colin Sexton, who I guess you could say was one of the elite players over there, and Jordan Clarkson? Like, they got Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, Kevin Love. You mean to tell me with all these guys on the fucking roster, you can't put up over 10 points a game?
Yeah.
Come on,
I think that was one of the things that allowed you to have high expectation for him, is that out of all other rookies, you felt like he would have the opportunity to shine. Yeah, but you
But
know,
I guess they liking that George guy more.
there's also a player needed to help you shine. I feel like for a lot of these, like even with Brunson when he was in Dallas, he had somebody to kind of like shine through
That's
in a
true.
way. You know what I mean? Like so. He needed help through the development. I think if he would have had like a KD or somebody to help him, he would have turned out to be all right.
Well, they face the Celtics next. That game is tonight. We're going to see later on how that's going to play out. I'm very curious to see if they're going to step up. Both teams are pretty much got shit records right now. They're not over 500. So, honestly, both teams on paper, the Celtics, you want to say, are going to win that. They do overall have a better team. Jaylen Brown still on the team. Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. They got some great players on that team. When it comes to the matchup, they should be winning. But I don't know. We'll see some things from the Jazz. Maybe they might shock us, may surprise us some. We don't know. But Ace Bailey, we know, is not going to show up.
Yeah, as we've seen. That's crazy. Yeah, the Jazz was hooping in the offseason for sure.
They were. I think they were. They had like, didn't they blow out the Clippers?
And by like 50 too.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't. Maybe that was
somebody
just
said
all
it looked
smoke.
like a 37U game.
That must have been all smoke, honestly, because I can't believe that. But we're gonna move on from the Jazz right now because I don't think they're really doing anything for the season. To be honest with you, they don't have enough players or all stars or honestly stars on that team to get far. But the team that does, complete opposite, OKC. 7-0, the only undefeated team right now. They have a hot start. I think they probably have the hottest start for that franchise ever.
Yeah, they do. It's a young,
which is honestly, that carries some weight. That team has seen some greats.
Yeah. They are a young franchise, but like you said, they have seen some greats real early on from the beginning with Kevin Durant, that squad. But yeah, man, what they're doing right now is phenomenal. Are they setting themselves up for a repeat season? I mean, from what we've seen in the past, with history tends to repeat itself, the way it does. So if they keep it going and they stay healthy, they could have a
past 7 seasons has been a different champion every year. So could they be the first ones in a while to repeat? They have. You know what? I'm not usually one to say that they would, but I think they got a strong chance, man. 7-0. I don't see what team might stop them. The only team this season that I've seen that had a very close game with them was the Rockets.
Yeah, the Rockets would probably be their competitive edge. And it'd be very sad if you see OKC versus the Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. Because that'd probably be the best matchup that you could probably see.
Oh man, the first round I'd be so sad because you'd have to. It's either
one of them's going out.
The first round is always the most epic round because you never. It's like, especially if you see a team that you really expect to win, and then a team that you don't really expect, and then that team doesn't win the one we expect. Now it's like almost like we don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah. It's like that year when Miami ended up taking out the #1 seed, and we were all just baffled.
That's Jimmy Butler, Tom.
We didn't expect that.
Jimmy Butler.
Hopefully he does that again for your Warriors this season. We shall see.
I see it.
But I don't know who's gonna stop that Chet and Shea, that the Jalen Williams combo. That team, that franchise is rich.
That's a good big three right there.
That's
a good big. That's a young big three.
Yeah,
dominant big three. They get that
core. That core is not going anywhere. And then to top things off, we're in a rare time where the teams that are the hottest teams have all the cards. What I mean by that, OKC, young team, great talent, phenomenal talent, MVP talent we already seen from SGA. They hold about like 2, 3, maybe 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And you got the San Antonio Spurs, same situation.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? I mean, a dynasty might be brewing between these two organizations.
Yeah. It's about time too. Spurs ain't have a run in a minute. OKC, could have their run now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think they ever really got the chance to, honestly.
No,
there was always a talk with the KD and obviously Russell Westbrook, but that never happened. But we shall see. But a little drama here, and I kind of wanted to save this last bit for the last part. Ja Morant recently came out last game for Memphis, and they didn't play him for the last few minutes of the game. He actually was all in his tracksuit still, if I'm not mistaken, shirt on, ready to kind of get to the locker room, call it quits. They interviewed him after the game, and they asked him, what they think could have been done differently, and all he could repeat was, ask the coaches. Obviously, later got fined for athlete misconduct, shit like that. So
because he said what he wanted to say.
So what you think is gonna happen? I mean, obviously we know he ain't happy, the team ain't happy, somebody's not happy. So what we need to do?
I don't think the Grizzlies are in a position right now to be fighting with their franchise player. I think that the Grizzlies better put it all aside, put up with Ja Morant, ride it off to the wheels. You've already been riding with him, with all the BS that he's been putting everybody through, the whole organization through. You better keep riding through him now. Don't bench the player. You ought to done stuck through him through a 40-game suspension.
New coach, they took out Desmond Bane. I mean, that team is very interesting. I don't know what it is.
Another team like the Lakers with LeBron, you fuck around and find out you poke that bear, Ja Morant, too much, and he's going to go to the wrong team. He goes to the wrong team, and the Grizzlies will never see a playoff run as long as Ja Morant's there.
We talked about too long ago about the Western and the Eastern Conference and how the Western has been like really the heavy stack king, but shit. The way the West is looking, we got two players that potentially could make a switch, go over to the Eastern Conference and shake some shit up. You put LeBron over in the Eastern Conference right now, you damn sure gonna shake some shit up.
Yeah.
You put Ja Morant on the Eastern Conference, definitely gonna shake some shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see him on the Miami Heat. As much as they are my rivals, it's the only one that makes the most sense. They need a guard. They don't really have an identity as far as a guard goes. They got Davion Mitchell. Tyler Hero realistically is not a point guard. He is a shooting guard. You put a Ja Morant out there with the Tyler Hero, I think that gives you the opportunity. You know, Ja's going to drive to the paint every time. He's going to get a couple of maybe some mid-range shots, maybe. But ideally, if you have him drawing all of that defense in, and then you leave all these guys open from the three, you already know Jaime Jaquez, Triple J, he can shoot from the three. Bam's been getting a little bit more, getting a little more comfortable shooting from the three, not too much now. And then you're obviously going to have Tyler Hero that's going to shoot the three. And a lot of other players, Fontecchio, dude's annoying as hell. He's kind of like a Ryan Rollins, another guy that you really can't sleep on, essentially. Yeah. He's going to get you the points. So I think Ja Morant to the Miami Heat should be something to be looking at.
On one side, I could see that totally happening. I think their ownership and their management has a consistent history of picking up rebellious players who have been going through problems in their organization, and they're welcoming. I mean, you got Jimmy Butler when
number one
when they re-signed.
The face for that one.
Yeah, but then you also have LeBron James when he was tired of losing in the Cavs. You also have Shaq when he was going through his negotiation problems with the Lakers. And it's been under the same management. So I strongly believe that it has the biggest possibility of happening where they can buy him out and like make it sound all good for him. But in my opinion, I would hate to see Ja Morant waste his career with the Miami Heat. I'm sorry, he's not LeBron James.
I'm not saying he's LeBron James.
So he's not going to bring that team a chip.
The Miami Heat right now, they need a change.
He's not going to bring that team a chip.
And that change is only going to come from getting rid of Pat Riley, honestly. Pat Riley's got to be...
Pat Riley's actually going to be the only person that could bring Ja Morant. That's who I was talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Pat Riley brought all these other players.
You got to understand that Ja Morant is a different type of player. He's like an Anthony Edwards as far as his mentality. You really can't tell him nothing for him
all these players were. Shaq was. What are you going to tell Shaq?
Correct. About 7 foot plus man, 300
LeBron James. You can't tell him anything.
You can't tell him anything. I agree with you.
So they pick these players who they just...
My point on that is a lot have argued that Pat Riley's time is time up. His way of playing, not playing basketball, but his way of the system in that organization they're saying is played out. And I've had some Heat fans reach out and tell me that as well. So I'm curious how they would feel about picking up a Ja Morant if they feel the same way too. Y'all feel that picking up Ja Morant for the Heat will be a good pickup, or is that going to be like a drama, basically, a Jimmy Butler 2.0?
Yeah, it won't be. They're not going to win the championship with that. Jimmy Butler is the closest strategic player with emotions aside. The guy literally takes his emotions.
You don't believe that Ja Morant can change?
It's not a Jimmy Butler. No. He can't change.
Can't change at all?
No.
That's done?
That's him, bro. You're going to change the fact that this kid loves guns and posting videos about guns? You can't change that.
Maybe being in South Beach might get him some love he might lead. I don't know. Get another baby or some shit, or fall in love with
Plus that too, like, again. You have kids already. If you didn't grow up when you had a child, bro, you're not growing up. This is who you are, bro.
Yeah, that's true. But I did want to move in a little bit over to the culture. As guys always know, we have court and we have culture. And this piece right here, a lot of things going on in the world right now. I don't know if you've seen, hopefully you've heard of, or if you guys have, Hurricane Melissa did hit Jamaica, devastating. That island itself tragic, honestly, in my
What's
personal
the
opinion.
update on that?
It's bad over there, man. I mean, they're doing as much as they can as far as getting assistance from all kinds of things. Reggae artists have reached out. You have artists like Sean Paul, artists like I can't remember from the top of my head right now,
A
but
lot of Jamaican artists or celebrities are doing GoFundMe.
yeah, and I like that.
Academics being one of them.
I feel like personally, that's one thing that I really love about the island of Jamaica. And me being of Jamaican descent, I think that's respectful. You can't do nothing but respect that. I mean, here you have an island who is just destroyed by a natural disaster. This had nothing to do with gun violence or abuse or government or anything like that in this case right now. This was a simple natural disaster that took out this island. And instead of them, maybe there's probably a few, but instead of them turning against each other in a sense, they're all banding together. The community, not just in Jamaica itself, but the community all around the world, honestly, in the US and England, all Canada, reaching out, donating. I think the Miami Heat organization donated $1 million just to Jamaica, just to kind of help the people of the island. So honestly, you got to commend shit like that. In my personal opinion, that's something that in this world that we're living in, I feel like people forget the human things that can happen. We do live on the earth.
Yeah.
Shit can happen. Tsunamis, natural disasters. Fuck, we don't know. Shit can come from the sky and we don't know what the fuck could happen. We don't know. So I honestly, my heart feels out to the island of Jamaica because what they went through is rough. I mean, I saw it all through social media. They knew how to have a good time even in a bad situation.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw some of them parading out in the street. You know, I saw some of them, they were singing the national anthem, passing over food into the trucks and stuff. It really, some of it brought a tear to my eyes, I ain't gonna lie, because there was a point in time where there was a cameraman walking around the streets and they were talking to the people of the different villages and in the parishes, and that's what they call them, the different towns or parishes. And they were talking to them, and the lady came on and she was just saying, you know, someone asked me how I'm feeling. She was like, you know, I don't got no house. Probably ain't got no job. I don't know where money's gonna come from. Not sure when I'm gonna eat, but I got life.
Good spirit. That's good spirit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, honestly, I feel like maybe I'm different. I don't know how y'all feel on it, but I feel like generally that touched me. Cause to lose everything that you build, some of these people are visiting. There's tourists there on this island right now that are upset because they're not getting customer service. When motherfuckers lost their house, their livelihood, they don't got no jobs, no cars, and people are complaining because they're not getting service.
Yeah.
They about to hop on a plane and go home.
Yeah. And in a place, you know, like Jamaica, they haven't had the best of time. You know, they've been building this whole time. They've been just trying to build.
And it's not the first time.
To have these things just, you know, disrupt a little bit that they've been able to build, it's devastating, bro. My heart goes out to them.
So, you know,
sure.
if y'all can obviously give to whoever, if y'all know, if y'all got Jamaican friends, family members, anyone out there, reach out. I hope they all good for sure. Hearts go out to the friends and the families out there for sure. But just keep y'all heads up, man. That's all I can say. And for the people that out there that's supporting, we appreciate y'all. For real. Because there's some evil ass people out there. And there's people out there that's scamming. So don't be giving away y'all money to people y'all don't know. For starters.
Verify it for
Make sure y'all verify what the fuck's going on before y'all do anything. But I mean, outside of that, you know, I really hope everything works out for that island. I'm glad to be part of that community, and I hope the island gets back to what it was, man, because everybody loves Jamaica for all kinds of things.
They're going to rebuild, bro.
Whether it's the food, whether it's the weed, whether it's the women, the culture, whatever it is, people love that island, so.
The people are going to support, they're going to rebuild, they're going to be back to normal. Hopefully. Shout out to everybody that did struggle through this, or, you know what, did you guys have a lot of like losses and stuff as far as lives?
I mean, the West Side really took a hard hit, honestly, a very hard hit. If you look at some of the pictures and the aerials as well, I mean, there's one spot called Black River, beautiful area, nice blue waters. Now it just looks black. I should say brown from all the mud and stuff, everything mixed in the water. So that's just gonna take time. And for those that don't know this, fun fact, Jamaica sits on top of a mountain. So if you don't know, the island of Jamaica is actually on top of a mountain that's extremely high, and it's underwater. So realistically, the water is probably gonna just go down, but it's gonna take years, man. Yeah. It's gonna take time. The economy is definitely gonna struggle. It's gonna change. Crime, unfortunately, might go up, but keep y'all heads up. Seriously.
For sure.
That's all you can do. But moving on a little bit to the U.S., I don't know if you peeped.
We got our own problems.
Yeah, I mean, when do we not have problems over here, dog?
What they doing now?
Man, SNAP benefits. If you got SNAP right now, and if you don't know what SNAP is food benefits. We talking about food stamps. If you got it, your ass ain't gonna have it in the month of November.
So this is interesting, bro. We target the poor instead of the rich in this country. This is crazy.
When you got motherfuckers out here getting attacked by natural disasters and shit.
Yeah, and also you got rich people, getting tax breaks and getting a whole bunch of
and don't
incentives.
Get me wrong, I don't want to pay high taxes either. If I make a certain amount of money, I shouldn't have to give an extra amount of money. I get that portion. But at the same time, like, damn, we really got to be taking from the poor?
I did look into the whole SNAP benefit thing and the whole reason why they're putting a stop to it.
I do see it. There's people out there that are abusing the shit out of it.
Well, yeah, and abusing it. And I heard something about, like, people are claiming dead people. Like, there's people that were dead years ago.
Abusing it.
And people are still receiving funds for
abusing it.
It's an administrative problem. It's like something that we should have nipped in the bud. Like, these people aren't stealing the money.
And what should have happened is there should have been something. There's just so many things that they put in place, so many systems they put in place for certain things when it comes to laws, regulations, weed, gun laws. There's so many different laws they put in place for certain things, but why is it when it comes to funds that are being spent or allocated to a specific, whether it's to SNAP funds or to Medicaid or Medicare, whatever the case is, why is there not someone that just verifies these funds? Or if there is, why is someone not verifying that person? There's got to be something put into play for this. I don't know much about this. I'm sure there is. Maybe that's what's got them to cut this whole thing off. But yeah, I heard about that. You got people abusing the system.
What it is an age-old system that is not meant for modern day era.
And they never
it was built back when Social Security was first administered.
Agreed.
Which is why there's to say, like, Social Security benefits are not going to be able to last past 2030.
Oh, we're not getting that shit.
No, we're not getting that. So it's just to say that it's something.
If you were born in the age of 1990 and up, guess what? You ain't getting that shit.
Yeah. No, it's just an old age problem that hasn't been updated. There are people that have been receiving benefits that are getting paid out that died 20, 30 years ago. There are people that, according to records, according to when they were born, if they're still alive, they'll be 170 years old. And it's like, why isn't it's not only a system, but you could have just put an eye to it and realized, like, how about we place a phone call to this person to see if they still exist?
You do that, like you just said, you put an eye to it. You're not just putting an eye on it. Now you got to pay for someone to put an eye on it.
There was somebody paid there already. This is what I mean, that AI is going to be taking the jobs of all these people.
We ain't get to that part yet.
Yeah, they're going to be taking the jobs.
That's a great little segue there we talk about later on. But yeah, AI is implemented as well. And that's something that's probably going to change the way we look at benefits, the way we look at how things are paid, a whole idea. But yeah, SNAP benefits being gone for the month of November, I don't know how that's going to work or how that's going to change or affect the economy, honestly. I mean, there's probably, I didn't look the percentage up, but I know there's a strong percentage of people probably on food stamps.
Yeah, it's going to affect some people for sure.
What sucks, because the people that actually need the food stamps, that have a large family and, just financially can't afford to do it, they're going to struggle. And unfortunately, I don't know what that's going to do to big families, maybe even small families. Like, what does that do for the kids?
Well, I think this is where, like, we step up for our own country as well, just like how we step up for other countries to help. And if it's not the government, it's the communities that'll put together funding, that'll put together their resources and food drives and have these places, these churches where people can go, especially during the holiday. Thanksgiving's around the corner, where they can go and be able to get some sort of meal. It's the
perfect time to advertise that. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, right?
Yeah, well,
start doing food drives.
It's
instead of doing that every month or maybe every week, we decided to do it during the holiday times.
Yeah. No one was expecting this to happen at the time that it did, but I think the community will come together, and I have a strong faith in our community, bro. I know government ain't too well, but as a community as a whole, from what I've seen, they're into humanity and all that.
I got strong faith in my community as well. I'll say that. I can't speak for everyone's community because everyone's different, but yeah, I hope. That's all I can say, because, man, I'll tell you this right now, you might as well just buy a house with a friend and then just stack all your motherfucking friends in the house at this point.
Yeah, I think what they're going to realize that when you take food away from the poor people, you're going to increase crime significantly. Because now you get to justify the reason why the crime's going on. I need to put food on my table. And so, like, you're going to get backlash on that side and immediately throw back this SNAP benefit.
Maybe that's kind of what they want to do. You know, you get rid of the benefits that essentially our people are taking advantage of. Now you start having all these people start doing criminal things. Maybe now
they're not going to catch up on it. Yeah, you're not going to catch it. You're not going to be able to, there's going to be too much crime. There's about 250 people that live in one building that all receive SNAP benefits under Section 8. You remove SNAP benefits, let's say 100 of them cannot buy food anymore. We're talking about purge. We're seeing this actually in a different government in I forget the country that it's in, but they threw over the government.
Government overthrow. I mean, we've seen it happen. Government's still in shutdown, if I'm not mistaken.
Fire is fire, bro. That shit'll light up quick too.
I mean, with the government being shut down right now, I mean, you got.
What would you rather, turn on the SNAP benefits or see a few buildings blow down in New York City?
Turn on the SNAP benefits.
Right, that's millions of dollars on this side, couple millions of dollars on this side.
But what I never understood, and forgive me for not maybe having the knowledge, but what I don't understand is why is it that if we have a system in play that we're taking away these benefits, why not put another system that maybe transitions people into it instead of just dropping off? Or there had to be something in play. There's got to be a greater agenda to just remove the benefits completely away. It can't just be to allocate funds elsewhere. And if we are allocating funds elsewhere, where the fuck are they going?
The country.
You know what I'm
saying? We
just
gave Argentina, I believe, like $20 billion.
Yeah, we don't. We can't. And in this whole disaster thing, we can't even. We gotta beg for money. Let me tell you something. If the U.S. gives Jamaica any money, I really hope and pray that shit's not with no agenda, because you know how that shit work. We give you $1 million, we want $2 million back.
I haven't heard the Trump presidency or anybody in the office talk about Jamaica.
I did. They did a brief, like I think maybe minute interview where it was questioned about if he knows what's going on. He was aware of the situation, as he mentioned, and I believe he mentioned that he was gonna try to do what he can to help. No money was mentioned what was gonna be given, if any at all. I'm sure. I don't know. I can't say I'm sure because I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
Well, talking about Trump, man, I know you had something on the line for him.
Yeah, man. Big things with Trump right now for the future. We seeing he might be the first ever king of America.
Yeah, man, stop that, bro.
Come on, man. Trump for king.
No, man, no.
Donald Trump for king? Donald Trump the first?
This is a democracy.
Or whatever, the junior, I think he is.
This is a democracy, bro.
Hey, it is a democracy, but hey, right now the Republicans, they hold the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's not been happening ever before, if I'm not mistaken, or it's been a long time since this has happened.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, it's crazy things going on. Your boy, not your boy, but the Trump.
He's gonna have to alter the Constitution.
They knocked down the part of the wing of the White House to build the ballroom.
Yeah, nice. No, I mean he can do all he wants. I think that's part of the agreement. There's like certain things you can do to the White House. I'm not sure if that one was one of them.
I don't know if you can. I think that's considered a landmark.
But there are like you could redecorate the Oval Office and like pick your desk and like shit like that.
But I don't know if you can knock down an entire wing, my guy.
I don't know if. I don't know if.
I mean, the building's been up for at least 100+ years, if I'm not mistaken.
He did upgrade it too. He did a few things to it.
So they might have put some cameras and shit in that bitch. Maybe some fingerprint scanners or some retina scanners. But I don't know if you're allowed to just knock down a whole entire wing.
Yeah, I mean he won't be king though. He won't be king. There's a democracy.
But I am curious,
he can't change the Constitution.
You know, we work in the world of what ifs, obviously. So the question really is really, if he becomes king, what happens then?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here?
I'd be in another country.
Where are you going?
Wherever democracy still lives.
Democracy still is where you're going?
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Where is there democracy? We gotta look that up for another episode.
No, there's democracy across a lot of nations and stuff.
Is there? I don't know. I feel like it's so far and so wide when it comes to democracy, man. Especially
I'll pale out, bro. I'll pale out and I'll go to like some Irish country or something.
He says some Irish country, bro. I don't know. It's just it's a scary time we're in over in the U.S., man. For the people that are out there, whether you like Trump, you don't like Trump, it's scary. All right. What's going on right now in politics and just in the world, I'm letting y'all know now, these small elections that y'all see, that a lot of y'all may not pay attention to. Shit, I was one that don't do it. I see election, I'm just like, I ain't gonna do it because I felt that, what's the point? But your vote matters, especially if you're a minority. Keep in mind that we only able to vote because it's written to do so. All right, we had to fight for that. Or however y'all feel about it, whether you want to or not, I think y'all should take advantage of doing so. Because these small laws that we really don't pay attention to be the big ones that go up all the way to top. And then we be wondering when they take the rug from underneath us, fuck you mean we can't do this no more?
Yeah, but what I see with Trump is, one, we can't stop him. He's already elected. There's no laws we can put in place now. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
But
he's over here letting.
But it's that's why I say it's the small elections that we need to go to. And if you feel a certain way, then voice your opinion in the elections. However you feel the outcome may be, whether you feel it's rigged like sports, however you feel about it, if you're right, you got the right to do it.
I think I watched Elon Musk say that this will probably be the last election that we actually get that matters.
See,
because I did a little bit of research about like how electoral colleagues votes go, and then also like these big blue states like California and New York. Yeah, so like all votes.
Was California actually? No, I think they might be red now.
No, they're blue. They're blue. Yeah, they're blue. They're majority blue. These states actually encourage immigrants to come. So I don't know if you know, but you can vote in the state of New York, and it is illegal for you to ask for identification. Mm-hmm. So I can be an immigrant. I can be a visitor.
Yeah.
I can be anybody.
You didn't know that?
And you can come in and vote. No, I didn't. I was not aware of that. I was not aware. I thought
New York and California, LA specifically are safe haven states.
But
to my knowledge, unless
to allow votes that of people who are not citizens or are just here as, traveling for vacation. Like they could have strategically booked 5,000 people from a third country that they may have democratic connections with. I think that bring them here.
That was part of the talks too when it came to some of the votings that happened in the past, and that's obviously in the past now. We already know who the president is now, but like a lot of that is what kind of came up along the way when it came to voting, and that's one of the reasons why people talk about we may not be having a democracy soon. Or it might be going to, I wouldn't say a monarchy, but definitely probably a dictatorship in a sense. Hopefully, I always want the right to vote because obviously I want my rights to be able to speak the fuck up and say what in the sense that I need to or want to. I don't want to be in a sense where I gotta hide and be in an economy where we gotta, I don't know, have child restrictions, how many kids we can have type shit. I don't fucking know.
I wouldn't worry too much about that with Trump. If anything, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I kind of like just
in the middle.
Am for somebody who, is the truth. But one of the things that I see with the people that we have to worry about the most is the Democrats more than the Republican. I think Trump has showed all his cards, whereas now what we're starting to uncover is the Democrats all along have been pushing these hidden agendas. Like I wasn't really aware. I thought Barack Obama, when he came in, was for the people and like and for immigration and like to implement these immigration laws to make it easier, or not easier, but to have a structure for immigrants to come in place. The guy came in and he was like the king of exportation. He was like literally he had the most people exported out of everybody, including Donald Trump to today's date. So it's like things like that where Democrats, and this is coming from a kid whose family has always been Democrat. My family believed that if you vote Democrat, they will lean towards the immigrant side, is what they believed. Come to find out, that's not necessarily the truth, statistically speaking. The Democrats have actually taken back more Mexicans than any Republican has in the past. So it's like, it's these interesting like hidden agendas that the Democrats have that are not exposed until we get to see a radical Donald Trump, where I think Donald Trump is the safest president we can have. He's out there. He gives us everything. He tells us what he's about to do. If he's about to go blow up another country, he's going to put it on the press conference before he does it. How do you feel about the politician or your president doing things behind your back, saying in front of you one thing and then turning around and doing something completely different? Saying, we're against this, we're against that, and turning around and in bed with those politicians.
I mean, if you ask me personally, I don't want my president doing anything crazy personally. I just want him to just lead by example.
But would you rather him be honest, or would you rather him be...
It's not a matter of honesty or being closed off. I personally, I think as you as a president, it's not my business to know what you do specifically in the presidency. As far as what you do, as long as it's not breaking any laws, I don't need to know what you're doing on an everyday basis. But what I would like to know is what you're doing for me as the country.
Well, that's what I mean.
Okay.
What I mean is that Democrats, it's not a daily basis. It's that Democrats, they hide their agenda, their true agenda.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what Barack or any of the previous Democrats hid. I know Hillary had some all kinds of shit too behind her back.
All of them.
So I feel like when it comes to politics and presidency, everyone has some type of hidden agenda, because I feel like at the end of the day, no one likes to give out what's always what's all on the cards. They don't like doing that. I feel like when you get to a specific maybe role or figure, you feel that you don't want to put all your cards on the table because maybe you don't like how people feel or how they're going to respond or react to something.
What you cannot do is run a whole election on doing something, and then when you get to the office, do something completely different. Yeah, that is the Democratic problem.
I agree with you 100%.
That's it. But Donald Trump said he ran on presidency saying, "I'm going to put
he's also done the same thing as well."
No. I mean, there's some certain things that he did, and you can tell it's in his best interest. There's certain things that he does that he'll come out blankly and say, "This is just going to benefit me." It doesn't. But I'd much rather that than Nancy Pelosi's doing trading. Insider trading and being a billionaire or millionaire through her husband. You know what I'm saying?
My point being is that I want a president that's gonna, one, have some sense when he speaks and actually speak for the people in the sense. You know, if you're speaking for the people, you're not speaking just for yourself. You're representing the people. That's the whole idea.
But you understand that that's playing politics, and then that's also playing fake. And this is what the American people dislike the most. If you're representing the
people, then you need to represent the people. You got to put your bias aside and represent the people and hear what the people are saying. Now, obviously, everyone's going to have the sides of everything. So you're not going to be able to cater to everyone, but there has to be some type of a common ground. I think that's ideally what you need to come to. Now, right now, what he's doing, I'm not sure all this, the actual, lines and the guides and the books and whatnot that he's currently doing, but I know for a fact that he's definitely said some things that he's going to do that hasn't done before, like all presidents have. They all say they're going to do this, and you elect me,
but out of all presidents that we've had since I've been alive, Donald Trump has followed, for the most part, most of what he said he was going to do. Not to the T, maybe he swiggled around the lines, but he followed it way more than any other president that we've had prior to.
Let me know how y'all feel about that. What y'all think on that for sure. That's definitely an interesting take. But outside of that, you mentioned earlier, AI takeover going on right now. It's a pretty big thing in the world.
Yeah.
AI all over. I mean, if y'all don't know, we know. I mean, it's in work. You got Zora that's out there. You got Copilot, you got Perplexity, ChatGPT. There is just so much AI everywhere, honestly. Where's the world going with this, bro? I know you've seen the movie I, Robot.
Yeah, I have. Out of the very few movies I've seen, I,
Robot. I'm glad you said that, because I thought I was going to catch you like, damn, you didn't see it.
No, I, Robot I did see. And, I think I have like a mixed take about it. I don't necessarily know the ultimate end result of where AI is going to go. Obviously, none of us do. But I have mixed feelings about it. Like on one end, I feel like, will it take away the jobs of a lot of people? Yes. But would it also provide jobs to other people or allow us to reallocate resources elsewhere? I believe so. What I believe is we live in a world where we no longer have to work, where there's an income that gets provided to us based on artificial intelligence, based on robots rolling around. And I think, interesting enough, I also watched that the U.S. economy is so much in debt that the only way for us to get out of it is by building AI robots to kind of like on top of us. Like, we still work, we still do our things, but these robots kind of bring in more and more and more income, or more and more, generate more revenue for the country in itself. So I have mixed feelings about it, bro. I think as I keep researching on it, I'm leaning towards, it being just, the difference between us going from the old school TV to a flat screen.
Yeah, honestly, my personal thing is I don't even know if we're going to live long enough to understand the full dexterity of AI. I'll be honest with you. I mean, look how far computers have come right now, and it's only advancing every single day. So, I mean, unless you're probably like reading the news or following up on everyday technology every day, it's going to be really hard to keep up. I mean, You see it with the phones that come out. The iPhones come out now. They got Apple Intelligence, AI, artificial intelligence implemented in the phones. I mean, nowadays you got Google. They got Google AI Assistant. Everyone now has some type of implementation of an AI system that it's gonna be hard not to have something with AI. And I wouldn't be surprised if you purchase a house and it becomes with AI.
Yeah, I think
Got cars with it.
Instead of having a lawyer read over a document, have AI read it. That saves the company money, like whatever.
And it really does.
There's a lot of things
until I guess they completely perfect it, because we all know there's still room for error when it comes to AI. I mean,
I agree.
You see it anytime you type things up, it may even tell you, this isn't going to be completely accurate. Obviously, human error, and then you got AI error. Which one's going to have more errors? Most likely the human over the AI. So it's kind of like, that's when it comes down to numbers, when it boils down to the ones and the zeros, essentially. But it's a scary world right now for AI. You might look up and you getting your eyes scanned next thing you know. Yeah. So shit is crazy. We talked back in the day when you used to talk out loud on your phone, and next thing you know, you could say mattress 5 times, and you scroll on your social media, and now you got a whole bunch of purple mattress ads coming up. Yeah. So we've definitely stepped into a whole new era, a whole new world, because now AI, you just type in your name, couple things you like, maybe your favorite color, where you're from, and it automatically knows what you want to eat.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of now understanding which platform has the most, is the most legit, has the most facts.
How safe is it though? I mean, you got young kids now. These kids are growing up with this tech, and it's not like they're getting dumber. They're actually getting smarter as these tech advances. So you got to figure with kids and AI, that's a scary little mix there. You got kids talking to computers, essentially.
It's like, it was kind of like that. Like, do you do math on paper, or can you use a calculator? Like, now kids use calculators. When I was growing up, I could not. It was illegal.
It was illegal.
It was illegal. You were failing if you pulled out a calculator in an exam. Now
Long
you can't.
Division. Yeah. Show your work. And I remember that.
It kind of makes sense as to why am I cramping all of these numbers in my head when I have a computer that I can just plug it in.
It begs the question: is it making us as human beings lazier, or is it helping us, in a sense, allocate that I don't want to say brain wave, but essentially that amount of thinking to process something and
more creative
to something else?
More creative, yeah. I believe this is our opportunity to evolve as humanity, where we can be more creative and live a different lifestyle. We can use AI.
A lot of things we could.
We could use. There's already a robot that you can buy right now for $20,000 or $500 a month that'll come and do the basic necessities, like clean your house, throw out the trash. You can talk to it. Hey, take this cup to the sink for me. Hey, pour me. It'll take him a while, right? But these are things that, like, whose job is he taking away from like helping me out around the house?
We talk about the iRobot movie not too long ago, but it is a world that we may be living in where, like you said, your robot might be your maid in a sense. Yeah. That's gonna be the person that cleans up your house. We got these little robots that vacuum around. Soon you won't even need the little vacuum. The robot's just gonna cook, clean, do everything for you.
Everyone says, "Oh, well, what's gonna happen to the maid or the cleaning lady?" They're gonna get better. They're gonna pick up a book. They're gonna go learn a different trade. Learn a different language.
It's funny we touch on this subject, but it kind of correlates to even the medical industry as well. Right now we're in a time where there's not as many doctors, mainly because a lot of the doctors now, they're either retiring or unfortunately they're dying. So it's like a lot of people don't really want to go into medicine. It's kind of like if you're from a third world country, a lot of the new kids, they don't want to do farming. For example, Jamaica. A lot of the young kids over there, they don't want to do farming, waking up early in the morning, the chickens, the cows, doing all this before they go to school. Now, they got their phone, YouTube, whatever the case is. The world that we live in, we know what it is with all the tech. But what I bring that up to say is that things are changing. And like you said, those maids that now they're having no jobs, pick up a book, they find something else to. Maybe now those maids that thought were gonna be maids, maybe now they become the doctors, or maybe now they become the engineers or the technicians. Essentially, the jobs that we're gonna need to run these robots.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who grew up having to do things physical. They couldn't go to school because they had to help their parents around the house.
I think you're right though. It is a scary thing because obviously, if you don't understand anything, you don't understand, it is a little scary. But I think it is a time for us to make a transformation and advancement in human society itself. And what I mean by that is like those jobs that we've had back in the day. Like, for example, we had typewriters. You used to type, run the paper, move on. Now you got keyboards. After that, they advanced to laptops. Now you got iPads. Now you got You got so many things that advanced to make the job easier. Whereas now you don't have to have someone become the typewriter. You may not even eventually have someone that needs to write a newspaper article. It might just be put a couple of points in and boom,
It'll be coded.
Give me the exactly.
It'll be coded. Just
give me
like
the
top news,
the New York Post, the Washington, Washington Post, the New York Times. My apologies. Like it'll be things like that eventually will go outdated. I mean, I don't even know. Do they even still do newspapers? As a matter of fact,
they do newspapers.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, that's still a thing.
But it's things like why, newspapers or recycled paper. Why are we still doing that?
Yeah.
Ink that we putting on this paper, or we wasting ink? Could we probably spend the money that we're putting on ink on those newspapers? Can we just put that on a tablet instead? Can we maybe bring down the price on tablets and allocate that to something else? So now everyone has a tablet. So now it's easier to do things electronically, because I feel like now it's harder for people to do things electronically because it's so damn expensive. I mean, if I want to get a new phone, I got to spend $1,000 for example. But if I want to get a basic phone, the basic phone isn't going to do the things that I need for me to move in society, essentially.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's starting to become like a capitalistic industry as well.
Yeah,
it's just like everything else, but
I look at my grandparents, for example, both over the age of 85 and 90. What do they do if they didn't have people like me that's young? They'd be stuck, genuinely stuck. They wouldn't know what to do or how to even probably dial 911. They probably would only be dialing 911 for shit.
Yeah. Yeah, ask for questions and stuff.
Hey, 911, what's your emergency?
I can't get the hot water going.
Yo, facts. Like, what do I do to fix the dishwasher broke? My dishwasher ain't working. What do I do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, so I don't blame them though. I think there has to be a better rollout for the elderly and things like that.
Something, at some point we're gonna be those elderly.
Yeah,
I mean, hopefully we stay with the times, and hopefully the podcast by then we be 50. Who knows? But my point is, hopefully with us and advancement of technology, we keep advancing with the technology, and it doesn't advance over us. That's the biggest deal on that. But as far as advancement and shit moving on, I don't know if you peep your boy P Diddy.
Oh, in the courtyard.
Out here making friends.
Yeah,
in the prison yard.
Somebody said he's still running shit.
Man.
He said from where I'm sitting, it looked like P Diddy's still running shit.
Bad Boys organization definitely taking over. I
would have told you that, bro. P Diddy, I'm telling you, it's a breeze. I mean, it's not a breeze because jail is not easy for anybody, but prison or federal prison at that, or federal jail. But he's P Diddy. And he's gonna have groupies. He's gonna have a whole bunch of people fanning out about him.
Have groupies.
Yeah, bro. And that gay stuff doesn't roll. Actually, it might roll where P Diddy's at much more than in regular, because P Diddy's part of like a celebrity role kind of thing, where he's in there with like other millionaires. Well, the guys we saw in the pictures aren't them.
I don't know who they were,
because he was outside. But he's in his dorm room. He's in there. He was there with 6ix9ine. He was there with like high status celebrities. So he's being protected. Now when he goes to Gen Pop, everyone is gonna be all right with P Diddy. He didn't do nothing to no kids. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he did a few crazy shit with his girl, but he'd be all right.
P
Diddy be all right. I think they sentenced him too, so he'll be out soon.
And that boy out there making some friends, smiling, shaking hands in the yard.
You gotta make the best out of it, bro.
Yeah, that's all you can do at that point in time. But on the other hand, someone quite, I wouldn't say close to him, but on the other hand, you see your boy 50 Cent out there making a movie, bringing out Street Fighter.
Yeah, 50
getting
Cent
his body right and whatnot.
Yeah, I saw him lose a lot of weight. Did he pick it back up?
I don't know what he did. I know that CGI is crazy. I think they got him bald right now.
I saw that, I think.
It's interesting. It's kind of funny to see how his role has changed, considering how 50 Cent used to be, obviously rapper, artist, then going into the movie industry, and then from there going into TV industry as well. Now
taking over the TV industry.
He's all. I think at one point I had read that he filed for bankruptcy. That made me realize that bankruptcy didn't mean shit.
No, that was back when he bought that Mike Tyson mansion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this was maybe early 2000s, like 2009, maybe 2011, if that. But yeah, 50 filed for bankruptcy. But it was one of those 50 moves where he laughed about it.
See, my lack of knowledge, I thought, damn, they bankruptcy.
Nah, he
broke?
filed so that he didn't have to pay.
Exactly.
That's what he did.
Now, as an adult,
And got rid of all the money, quote unquote.
Quote unquote. Facts. But yeah, man, that was pretty interesting to see. I mean, that man in the movie Street Fighter. I mean, if y'all played the video games back in the day, it'd be interesting to see how the movie plays out. I don't know if
would they update the game.
I don't know. I don't know if they would update. I'm sure they would though, because that's something they would do.
And what character would 50 play that's already part of the
I didn't play
game?
the video games growing up, but I'm sure the fans might know in the comments and tell us about it. Probably put us on, but he's playing some character.
Okay. I'd have to look it up. I'm interested to see how he plays that out for sure.
I'm hoping it's gonna be better than at least Mortal Kombat.
I know we have a few celebrities there, like Andrew Schultz is on there. There's a few other celebrities that went up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting. Speaking of celebrities, though, Offset being sued by his security guard, dog. Apparently, he got into a fight with him at a dispensary, supposedly because I guess I don't know if it was something he didn't pay or something along the lines where he ended up getting in his face about some shit. When that happened, it escalated where he said that the security guard claimed that Offset slapped him. However, Offset claimed that he never slapped him, that he actually maced him, is what the security guard did to him, and it led to an altercation. Be that as it may, he's being sued. Seems like a frequent thing. Everybody's just suing everybody, man.
Yeah, I would have just fired him on the spot. I would have made him look silly.
Man, if you my security guard, and first of all, by the way, I guess he was a friend of his, but you suing me, man? Fuck out of here.
Well, you could tell that was something he probably intended to do all along. Like yo, if things go left, I'm gonna sue also.
I'm paying you to protect me, and you trying to take my money?
Yeah, put a lawsuit on me. That's some foul stuff, honestly. I think they should have shaken hands and kept it pushing if this truly were boys.
Man.
But I don't think you're security. You're given an opportunity to work right now. I don't think you have an upper hand or a leverage unless somebody slapped you, like he claims, or unless somebody like talked down upon you. Of course, stand up as a man, but you're in no position to be arguing with your client when he's paying you.
Yeah, apparently it was assault and battery charge. Offset punched security guard in the face. However, Offset claims security guard, who is also a friend, rushed him and also spat on his face allegedly, and used a can of mace, which caused a fight.
That's a shit ton of.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot there.
And you're a security. How I whoop your ass?
Yeah. Yo, I don't even know if he whooped his ass or not, but yo.
How you suing me when you that big, bro?
Yo, if I hired you to whoop ass and I whoop your ass, is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Speaking of ass whooping, last bit we got. If you are a baseball fan, LA Dodgers, back-to-back champions, first time since 2000. Who's stopping Ohtani, bro? Ohtani.
I told you, if you want to see a real alien, you got to go see that man.
Man.
And you know what's crazy is he ain't even 7'4".
Yo, you know the crazy thing about him is he was actually caught up in some legal shit earlier with his translator. He did. Try to rob him of all his money and some shit.
It was like $12 million that was found missing, which is crazy. How do you not notice $12 million missing out of your account?
You know he's an alien. Maybe he ain't counting the checks.
No, he was in it. He was in on it.
He was in on it?
Yeah, he was in on it. MLB probably covered it up for him. Bro, he's the best. He is
like,
the
yo,
MLB.
I'm about to be the franchise player of the MLB. I mean, I'm about to be the face of the MLB.
Yeah, he's the face.
You know, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take the fall.
I'm talking about like not only like the face. I'm talking about he is doing things that nobody else will do.
It's the future of MLB, basically.
In the next 20 to 40 years.
He's like he's gonna change the game.
Bro,
if he hasn't already.
He's the Michael Jordan of baseball.
Michael Jordan.
He's the Michael Jordan of baseball.
Okay, I don't know much about baseball. So
actually, he
what is it that he? Okay, so that way, look,
the fans understand. Yeah.
Okay,
so the
what
fans
is it
understand
that he's doing specifically?
So Ohtani was originally brought into from what I remember, which is mind-boggling because I got to see him for one inning and then got to see the other side of him the next inning.
Okay.
But when he was brought in to be a pitcher. Pitchers only in the National Leagues do pitchers hit. In the American League, pitchers do not hit. Ohtani is in the American League.
Okay.
There is a DH, a designated hitter, in the place of pitchers in the American League. National Leagues, pitchers hit, but they all bat ninth.
Okay.
All of them bat last. That's the last spot in the lineup.
Oh, it makes sense after being tired of...
you're and you're not a good hitter. You're not pitchers do not focus on hitting. When you grow up at the age of like 12 years old, if you're set to be a pitcher, you will never grab a bat ever again in your life. It's just tradition. Like all pitchers I grew up with after the age of 12 never played any other position after that.
Okay.
They were all pitchers. So with Ohtani, you got a guy coming in, topping the ball off. Not only is he throwing harder than most pitchers consistently, throws about 110 miles an hour, could top that up twice, 3 times, back to back. He also comes on the other side of the plate and bats like first, but could bat fourth cleanup, and has had more home runs as a pitcher than most hitters in the MLB.
Damn.
Yes, as a pitcher.
Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying with like
the last person to do what he did was Babe Ruth.
I was gonna ask, like, how does he compare to like a Babe Ruth or a Jackie Robinson?
And he, when I tell you, like it's like Will Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain was the one that did 100 points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Will Chamberlain
in basketball.
Kobe Bryant's 81-point game, where we saw Kobe's 81.
Okay.
And we're like, if you put Kobe where Will Chamberlain was, that's 140. That's the same thing with Babe Ruth and Ohtani. If you grab Ohtani and put him in Babe Ruth's era, Babe Ruth will look like a fucking tool. Because he threw 75 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour. He wasn't a pitcher in today's day. He was a great hitter, but even then, like with Babe Ruth's era, and it's not his fault, baseball fields were smaller. And he was also swinging with a fucking log. So this is a baseball bat in today's day.
Okay.
Babe Ruth was swinging something that was like this big.
God.
And it was like this wide. And it was
it was a guaranteed hit for sure.
It was a guarantee. And not only that, the pitcher, he was the fastest throwing pitcher in the league at 75 miles an hour. So everyone he's facing.
And you said, how much he's throwing? 110?
110. Yeah.
Gosh, damn.
Consecutively.
Easily over. What?
Yeah, so Ohtani, no lie, bro. I'm trying to find the basketball.
How do you practice being able to throw faster? You just keep doing it?
It's a resistance. It's a rubber band thing. Yeah, one is keep throwing, but it's a lot of rubber band work because just like running, there's a twitch muscle in your arm that develops as you work on it. It's like with resistant bands, you build it. It's not through weightlifting.
Okay.
Weightlifting makes you throw smaller.
It will
slower down. Yeah. These resistant bands, and you do them opposite. So they do it this way where they're pulling forward, and then they pull it to the floor where they're pulling back.
That makes sense. It's kind of like when you have like in basketball they have box jumping, for example.
Yeah, and in basketball you see where like the players are holding them back, like someone's pulling them with the elastic band. It's kind of like that.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That makes sense.
So you in basketball you build, when they do that, you build what is it?
Resistance?
That put that power to like kind of like
the
go up.
Explosion. Okay.
In baseball you build the same explosion.
It's kind of like in football, for my football fans out there, like they have hip sled. So with hip sled, you might know hip sled, maybe not, but essentially hip sled is like a machine that you go on inside, and then essentially what you do is you got the weight on each side.
Oh, I seen those, and you pull that
and
bitch.
You kind of push up. Like you're in like a squatted position.
It doesn't move. It doesn't. You just lift it. You almost like
lift it. Like you lifting is it.
That one is more power.
But that's for power. But it's also for explosion for the guys that are down on the line to be able to
lift the fuck out of the other guy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? If you down from here and you got another 300 pounder in front of you, you got to be able to have some type of resistance there, so that's where that comes in play.
I think quarterback practice a lot of rubber band work.
They have to. They're fucking slinging the shit out of the ball. So I'm sure maybe even players like Patrick Mahomes might have.
Yeah. All quarterback. Anybody who throws.
Okay.
Anybody who throws. The only way you work on that muscle is, in fact, everybody who throws anything cannot weight lift too much.
Yeah, because anytime you add weight lifting,
you tear. Yeah. You add tear to your muscle. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. That's kind of one of the reasons why I personally wish I didn't even play football growing up, because I'm sure that stunted my growth, my 5'9".
I told you how we could have fixed that though.
Man, we ain't chopping no knees.
At 6?
I think,
man, you're going too crazy. Chopping knees? What are you talking about? You're gonna scare them. I said break the knees.
Oh Lord.
You break the bone. Like, look, right here, you just, and at 5, 6 years old, it doesn't take too much. Right?
I don't think at the time I would have known this, I would have been able to come back from the injury. At that point, I've been walking like a bowlegged motherfucker, okay? I don't think that would have worked, bro. But anyways, yo, we appreciate y'all always being here with us. I'm Khalil. This is Jeremy. This is Courtnculture.
Yes, sir.
Y'all see y'all when we see ya.